Over the past year, Moderna Inc., mRNA, has consistently remained in the news, driven by its ongoing work in mRNA technology, especially in the development of vaccines. Following its critical role in the global fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, Moderna has continued to focus on expanding its pipeline, which centers on vaccines for other infectious diseases, cancer therapies, and beyond. One of the most significant developments in 2023 was Moderna's effort to adapt its COVID-19 vaccine to address emerging variants of the virus. Even as global vaccination campaigns slowed and the demand for COVID-19 vaccines decreased, Moderna stayed in the spotlight by developing updated boosters targeted at specific variants like Omicron. This required close collaboration with regulatory bodies like the FDA and EMA for approval of variant-specific boosters, which have contributed to sustaining revenues even as the pandemic moved into a different phase. At the same time, Moderna has worked to transition from being seen as just a COVID company to a more diversified biotech firm. The company has invested heavily in expanding its mRNA technology into other areas, with a focus on vaccines for diseases such as influenza, RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, and cytomegalovirus, CMV. Clinical trial data for these vaccines have been a major source of news over the past year. For example, early data from Moderna's RSV vaccine trials have been promising, showing efficacy in preventing infections in older adults, a population particularly vulnerable to severe RSV disease. Investors have closely monitored these developments, as successful results could open new, significant revenue streams for Moderna beyond COVID-19. Beyond infectious diseases, Moderna's ambitions in oncology have also kept it in the headlines. The company has been developing personalized cancer vaccines, utilizing mRNA technology to create vaccines tailored to an individual's tumor. In 2023, Moderna reported encouraging early data from trials in partnership with Merck, focusing on using mRNA vaccines in combination with Merck's Keytruda for treating melanoma. This breakthrough in personalized cancer treatment is seen as a potentially game-changing application of mRNA technology, with broader implications for treating other cancers. Despite these advances, Moderna has faced several challenges over the last year. A significant concern has been the reduction in COVID-19 vaccine sales as the pandemic became more manageable and demand for vaccines decreased. In its quarterly earnings reports throughout 2023, Moderna showed that while revenue from its COVID-19 vaccine had sharply declined from pandemic highs, the company was actively pursuing new sources of revenue through its expanding pipeline. However, investor sentiment has occasionally wavered due to the slower-than-expected pace of diversification and the volatility of the biotech market, especially as interest rates rose and investor appetite for riskier sectors diminished. The company's stock has also been influenced by macroeconomic factors, including rising interest rates, which have affected the broader biotech sector. Biotech companies, particularly those heavily invested in research and development, are highly sensitive to changes in interest rates because of their need for substantial capital to fund innovation. This has led to fluctuations in Moderna's stock price, even as the company has continued to deliver scientific breakthroughs. Moderna's strategic partnerships have been another focus of news coverage. In addition to its collaboration with Merck, Moderna has signed multiple agreements with governments and organizations to supply COVID-19 vaccines and boosters. The company has also been active in exploring new business partnerships aimed at leveraging its mRNA platform for other therapeutic uses. These partnerships are part of Moderna's broader effort to solidify its role as a key player in the biotechnology sector for years to come. In addition to its vaccine development efforts, Moderna has been expanding its manufacturing capabilities. In 2023, the company announced plans to build new manufacturing plants in various regions, including Canada and Australia, to ensure better global distribution of its products. This expansion is part of Moderna's long-term vision to be a leader in mRNA-based therapeutics across a wide range of diseases. From a financial perspective, while Moderna has experienced revenue declines compared to the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the company remains financially strong, with significant cash reserves. This financial stability has enabled the company to invest heavily in research and development, positioning it for future growth. Analysts have noted that while the company's short-term performance is tied closely to COVID-19 vaccine sales, its long-term potential is substantial, particularly as its pipeline matures. Looking forward, Moderna is betting on the broader application of mRNA technology, not just in vaccines, but also in treating a range of other conditions, from cardiovascular diseases to rare genetic disorders. This commitment to innovation has kept the company in the news, as it continues to push the boundaries of what is possible with mRNA. In summary, the past year has been a transitional period for Moderna. The company has worked to shift its focus from pandemic-driven vaccine sales to building a diversified portfolio of mRNA-based therapies. While challenges such as declining COVID-19 vaccine demand and market volatility have created headwinds, Moderna's ongoing advancements in mRNA technology and its expanding pipeline in infectious diseases, oncology, and other areas suggest that the company remains well-positioned for future growth. Investors and analysts alike are keeping a close eye on the company's clinical trials and regulatory approvals, which will be key indicators of its future success.